So here's the plan for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and I want to talk about Saturday's wedding, and I want to show you my full playlist. I'm kind of walk through all the songs that I picked, and then some stories, some things that happened throughout the night. And then I'm gonna do a PB&J with you as well. And then what's great about doing this live is we're gonna do some Q&A. So I have some content I want to get through, and then I do want to interact and chat with you guys. So if you definitely have a question for me, you can leave it in the comments. Go ahead and put a Q before your comment. That way I know that, hey, that's a question that I'm going to get to towards the end of the night. So the other way is if you want to have your comment stand out to me, go ahead, hit that super chat. Okay. I paid some money today. Got rid of that duck. All right. Got the duck. I might get my money back. I don't know what happened earlier today, but if you want to hit me up with a super chat, that'll help me, take care of the duck. I got rid of the duck for you guys. Okay. I want to make this thing look good. Look nice. So, okay. So I'm going to get right to the content that I have put together. But first, I need to address the fact that I was like super stoked on Tuesday because I got a shout out on Nick Spinelli's show. And so, Nick, if you're watching, you're seeing this, you're laughing. He's probably laughing at me right now. If you are watching, like, this guy doing a live stream. What an amateur, right? Didn't work at first. But Nick, thanks so much for the shout out. Really appreciated that on your channel. I watch your show all the time. So getting that shout out was pretty cool. And if you're not subscribed to his channel and you're a wedding DJ or a DJ in general, please go ahead and jump on his channel. You're going to love his content. He did make a comment about my chest hair. So I thought I'd give him a little bit more to see. If you want to see a little bit more of that, I got you. There's me from, there you go. I got my shirt off for you. If anybody wants to screen grab that, I'm going to make that go away. It's going away now. You no longer, that's the last time you get to see me topless. All right. So let's get right to it. I want to walk you guys through my what's up, Paul? Hey, thanks for coming here, Paul. And Premier DJs are here. All right. And CDUMGMIG1. You're always here. So thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you guys being here. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you exactly what my set list was from Saturday. And the reason why I want to share is because it was just a total rager, a total banger. Almost every song worked. There's a couple that didn't. I'm going to tell you why they didn't work. So I'm going to throw that up on the screen here so you guys will be able to see it. And let me know what you think as we walk it through this as well. Again, some questions that you got, I'll walk through those as well. But David, what's up? Thanks for jumping on, David. Appreciate you being here. Okay, so open things up with, here's the thing, the way things work here in the Midwest is that we do, with dancing, we do, after dinner, we got speeches and there's cake cutting, and then they'll do like fake sparkler send off, which I hate that shit. And then we'll get to first dances. So they'll do their first dance, then we'll do the parent dances. And when that's done, they open up the dance floor. It's officially go. So what I usually do is do a slow song just to get everybody out there. And that gives me an idea of like who I'm working with, who's going to be on the dance floor. How do I build my first set? So Unchained Melody was on their must play. So I opened up the dance floor and then started doing Brown Eyed Girl as my opener. And that's kind of been working out really well as well. Just the young and the older crowd kind of digs that. But I noticed I had more of a younger crowd out there. So I jumped right into my opening set, which would be what you see there, that September celebration, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough Respect. And then I take Don't Stop the Feeling and I bump that up to 115. And then I go right into Uptown Funk with that. And all this is mixed, by the way. This is all mixed together. And then after that, I'll pull Let's Get It Started up to 110. Actually, no, I'll pull it up to 115. And then I'll sync the Uptown Funk in that. And then I'll drag it down, the BPMs down to 110. And then we'll go into Everybody. And then I'll go right into, I went to Wannabe, and I made a mix here. I made a Wannabe into Levitating. So what I like about this is that it's kind of a mix where I've got, like an older song as a total banger, Wannabe, and then a newer song so that the young people out there are like, okay, he's going to play some new shit. And that's it. It's all about like that first set kind of earning respect and winning over the crowd right away. So they know, all right, we're going to have a good time here. Right after that, then I take Forever and I drop that down to 110, and then I sync the two up. And then when Levitating is ending, then I'll ramp that back up to 120. And as you can see, I jumped kind of into a 2010 crate that I have put together. And all these were total bangers. Forever, Dynamite, TikTok Juice, DJ with Pitbull, and then Starships. Okay. Then I jumped into What Makes You Beautiful. Then after that Yeah, it totally worked, Paul. It was a great set. Right after that, What Makes You Beautiful is going. That's a great pop song, by the way. And I'm thinking like, all right, let's get a little hip hop going. I think I got the crowd. They're digging it. They're loving it. Let's get a little hip hop going. So then I had Bottoms Up in the deck, ready to go. Here's the other thing that I want to tell you. If you look here, I'm at 120 all the way here. Okay. So for me, I'm watching that. I'm watching the crowd. That's a lot. That's a lot of movement for the crowd. So instead of me doing a slow song, what I like to do is drop the BPMs down instead of just dropping a slow song and potentially making all the young people who might not have a couple leave the dance floor. I'm going to go ahead and do a lower BPM, and it might be an echo out from the last song and then just drop it all the way down. So Bottoms Up was my plan, and then I was going to start doing some hip hop. But here's what happened. And this bugged me. Okay. What happened was this. While What Makes You Beautiful is playing, okay, that's when I had the person come up and ask me for a request. And by the way, I did like a poll on my channel here and asked how many of you guys do requests. And like 92% of you said you do them, and 8% said you didn't. So here's the problem I have with requests. It's not the request, it's how it happens, right? So I've got this song going and I got Bottoms Up in the deck, but I'm not sure if I want to play that. Then this woman comes up and she's like, "Are you gonna play Proud Mary?" I'm like, "What?" So the problem I have with requests, okay, it's super easy. It's just that when I can't understand what they're saying, right? Because either the music's too loud or whatever, they can't. So then they have to get in your ear and they scream it in your ear, and you're like, "Oh my god, get out, get out of here!" I can tell what you've been drinking. Okay, get the hell out of here. So that bugs me. And then the other thing is when they don't know, what the song is. So they're trying to figure out what the song, and that's what was happening. She was trying to tell me what the song is. I'm like, "Lady, let's go. What's going on?" I'm watching as the song's getting down, down, down. Well, by the time she told to me, it was some shitty request. I think it was Proud Mary or something, like some shit I know I was never going to play. But I'm out of time. That song was about to end, and I needed to go for my next song, which was Bottoms Up. So I played it. And the problem was hi, Craig. What's up, Craig? It didn't work. Like they just didn't know it very well. And I was kind of pissed off about it because I was like, man, if that lady wasn't like harassing me about her song request, I'd have kind of went through and maybe found something different. So I tried to get out of that, and I thought maybe I'll do a little Cardi B up and see maybe can we do a little trap? Maybe we'll do that. And that didn't really go over too well. So I ended up kind of switching right out of that to Rock Your Body, and that worked. Got people back on the dance floor. And then this song, I mixed that right into I Want You Back, repacked the dance floor. So again, look, I don't have a problem with taking requests as long as it doesn't take them an hour and a half to tell me what song they want. Come up to me, or when they come up with a phone to me and like, get the fuck out of here. Because I know if you've got a phone, then you're going to want me to play some YouTube shit that I don't have. So just get out of here with that. But I will talk a little bit later because, again, I don't hate requests. It just made me so mad that because of that request, I played the songs I probably wasn't sure if I was going to play them. Yeah, I know, right? For sure. Bottoms Up didn't work. I know. And that's a song Nathan just kind of said this. It's a total banger. I'm with you. And I think maybe it was because it was a little bit too early, or maybe going from One Direction into that maybe jarred the crowd a little bit. So it could have been that, but I'm with you. It's a total banger. And Paul, the Battle of the New Orleans, he asked me about the Battle of New Orleans. Yeah, that was for my last gig log. I'm never playing that song again. Even if it's requested, that was some weird shit, guys. I was looking around and played that song, and people were literally like, got my musket. I thought they were going to put like some coon hats on, and I don't know what the hell was going on there. So, all right, well, I Want You Back. We got a repacked dance floor, which is great. And then that was my plan to start to get into some 80s because they had Come On Eileen and Summer of 69 on their must play. So I knew I could get into that, and that was going to work. So that's when I did Footloose, into Moni Moni, and that's a slam punch. And then Summer of 69, Come On Eileen, all these worked. And then, all right, guys, this next set is gold. I'm telling you, you got to try it. First up, we've got Return of the Mac into Baby One More Time. And that is going to be our PB&J tonight. So I'm going to bounce over to that. I'm going to show you how I mixed these two together. And it's funny, like this mix was something that I heard like while I was sleeping. I don't know. Has that happened to you guys? Tell me in the comments if you'll be in bed, you're trying to go to sleep, and then all of a sudden you hear two songs together. And this is what I was hearing. I was hearing like the outro of Return of the Mac and the beginning of Baby One More Time. And so the next morning I got up and I tried it and it totally worked. So I'm going to show it to you here. Here's how you mix those two songs. Here we go. I've got Return over here in 1 and Brittany in 2. And Brittany is queued up here. Okay, that's the part I'm going to play during the outro of Return of the Mac. So let's listen to that in the outro here. All right, here we go. Play on that one. Yeah, all right, here we go. Out on Return. Just like that. That is some tasty PB&J. What'd you guys think of that? Was that pretty cool? That has worked. If I have the right crowd, then that PB&J definitely works together. Remember, PB&J for me is just like two songs that I feel like really work together specifically for at a wedding. So if you've got those two mixes, if you got Return the Mac with that outro, and everybody should have. Yeah, I pre-recorded it because I was trying to do it live and it didn't work. So anyways, you saw earlier, if you jumped into at the very beginning, I had some technical difficulty. So I'm kind of glad I pre-recorded that. Could you hear it okay though? The sound and everything, was the audio all right on that? Hopefully it was. I think it was. Nobody really left during that. So yeah, try that out at your next set if you want to. All right, let me go back to my list here. So, and now we're getting into some bangers, guys. After Baby One More Time, right into Shoop, okay? And that shit totally worked. Into Crazy in Love. And look at the BPMs. Look how we're all just kind of grooving here. And this all just mixed together so well, so well. This is how we do it. And then that's when I have a crate called, I created a crate called my hot set. And that's where I know, like, all right, people have been drinking. And remember, look, I'm about 47 songs into this thing. It's time to start getting dirty. And that's what I love. Hot in Here. If you've been watching my gig logs, then you notice that song's been getting people naked. All right. Getting people naked. It's kind of like my thing. My 2021 thing is just getting guys to take, just the guys. Women aren't taking their clothes off, but all the men for some reason are getting all their clothes off. So Hot in Here, I play about half that song. And then I mix that right into Yeah. And then I'll do a slam into Low by Flo Rida. And then this is where it just gets awesome. And look, if you see, like, I got to play all this shit and it all worked. We went right from that into Shots, 128, and then Gold Digger. So if you want to, I did a review. My last PB&J was Gold Digger into Tipsy, and I did that live here. And as you can see, it's a 128 BPM that goes down to 100. And then I bump Tipsy up to 100, mix those two into Turn Down for What, Get Low, Party Up. Party Up cracks me up because most of the crowds that I have, and they do like hip hop, but all they know is, y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. And then as soon as DMX starts, rapping or getting into the lyrics, it's just like quiet and people are just sipping drinks like, okay. I don't know what to say here, but we're just going to move. And then y'all gonna make me lose my mind. So that always cracks me up. And then because that was going so well, I decided let's go right into this London Bridge. I have Megan Thee Stallion mix. I have right into 50 Cent, 99 Problems, into Stronger. And then I could tell, all right, we're kind of wrapping up, that time to move on, maybe try something different. And okay, thanks. Lemon said, just busted my balls for playing pre-recorded. I shouldn't have admitted it, right? I should have just went along with it. Like, what are you talking about? That was just the best camera live cut you've ever seen in a YouTube video streamer, the first time they've ever done it. All right, right after Wobble, we went Stronger. I mixed that into Wobble, and then I was getting some requests for country, and so I thought, let's try some country. And the safest country song you can do is Man, I Feel Like a Woman. And that went crazy. So because that went nuts, I thought, okay, I can do some country here. So House Party is a great song. It's kind of a newer song, poppier. Fancy Like. I decided to give it another shot and it worked. I got the Kesha version. One of you guys wrote in one of the comments to try the Kesha version. So I got that one and that went well. And then Fishing in the Dark, just for some reason up here in the Midwest. I mean, if you just want everybody to go along with your country set, you play that and they will sing that shit till the end of the night. I could probably play that song 4 times in a row and people would dance to that. All right, Shouts. Here's what happened here with Shouts. And then, oh, well, here, I'll pause that real quick and I'll throw Paul's question up here. He's asked me, how long are you playing these tracks for? It depends. A lot of these, as you can see, a lot of the songs I have here are the short edits. For example, like Turn Down for What, that one's only a minute. This is how long the songs are, by the way. This is like the runtime on the actual tracks. And so that's a short version of that. And then Gold Digger, I only play till the second chorus. So for the most part, here's the deal. I think with weddings, you got to be careful with weddings. I've definitely mixed out of songs too soon before people were ready to move on to the next one. And if you're going to mix out of a song, you better as fuck make sure that your next song is a banger, especially if they're loving the song you have on at that time. So what I do is I've got my song on and I have an idea. Like I usually don't want to do more than verse, chorus, maybe the bridge, find a break, drop out of that, hit the next one. But if it's going really well and people are really dancing to it and they're singing along all the words, I'll just let that one play out mostly to the end and mix out to the next one. So that's kind of what I do for that. Good question there, Paul. Thanks for that. All right. So after the country set, all right. So this guy came up to me and he's like, hey, I want you to play can you play some older stuff to get some of the older crowd out? I was like, yeah, sure, I can do that. And he handed me a 20 and he asked me to play Shout. And I was like, sure, I can do that. And he goes, but can you do it next? So DJs, this is the conundrum we get into, right? Somebody wants you to play a song and they want you to do it next. And, right away, it pokes our ego the wrong way, right? Because for one, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Okay. This is my dance floor. Okay. Do you see what's going on here? This party is raging because of me. Okay. And you want to shake things up? That's fine. But I'm not a fucking jukebox. So you can't tell me when to play the song next. Although he did hand me $20, right? So you're in that sort of like, Now, here's the deal. I was just getting out of the country and I thought about shaking it up a little bit. So it actually worked okay to play Shout next. But normally I don't like the idea of just, money on the table, play the song next. I would say like, yes, you got it. I'm getting it on. But it's when they're kind of pushy, and he wasn't super pushy, which is kind of why I did it. But anybody that comes up to me, like a couple weeks ago, I did a wedding and this guy just came up to me and he goes, we got some older people here that want to get some 80s out. Why don't you do some 80s? And I just looked at him and I said, yeah, okay, all right. There's a nice way to say that, right? Isn't there a nice way to say that? What's your name, huh? Harold? Isn't there a nice way to say that, Harold? And he looked at me, he's like, yeah, there's a nice one. Yeah, you get the fuck out of here. And I didn't play any 80s. Fuck that guy. All right, so I played Shout into Old Town Rock and Roll, right into some AC/DC, and this all worked into Tricky and then Mr. Brightside. And I thought, all right, we're getting close to the end of the night. Let's get up to that 128. Let's start getting heavy here. So after Mr. Brightside, I went, I Love It. Yeah, 3 times. Party Rock Anthem. Okay. After Party Rock Anthem, Head and Heart. This was a request by the groom. This was the groom's song that he really wanted. And the thing about it is that I knew I needed to get this on, but I didn't know when. And so I listened to it. It's kind of an upbeat, poppier kind of song. And so I thought, now's the time to get this song on for this guy. So I'm listening to Party Rock Anthem, and I'll do this part live for you guys. I'm gonna put them in the decks here, and I've got my Dead and Prime Go here. So let's just make sure everything's sounding okay. My speaker's not on. Hang on 1 second. All right, there we go. You guys hear that? Okay. All right. So, and then here's that song that he wanted. That Head and Heart. Okay, so I don't know if you heard that song before, but it's super fun, and it's at 125, and I had Party Rock Anthem at 130, so I just kind of bumped up Party Rock Anthem into 130 as well, and I started listening to my headphones like, this might work. And this is the thing I want to talk about, is that when you got a song that your clients are like super, super stoked about, I love kind of saving those to the end. But this was a moment where we really could make it like this epic moment of the dance. And that's what was happening. So Party Rock Anthem was going like this. So it's kind of going like that. And then I started mixing in that first part of that song right here. And then, so let that go a little bit. And as it's happening, As it's happening, I saw the groom's head pop up like this. Like, what the fuck, right? He knew something was happening. It was his song. And so as that bum 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 da, da, it's going over Party Rock Anthem, then as Party Rock Anthem kind of ended, boom, I slammed right into his song, and the place just erupted. I think I have a clip of it here. No, I don't. But anyways, it was a total, it was just awesome kind of moment. So, my advice for you guys is like, when you got that kind of banger moment for your client, like hype it up for him, get him all excited. He came up, he was so excited that was like the moment for him. So Head and Heart went, and then I went right into, I mixed up a Fireball into Hips Don't Lie into Despacito mix. And that is my take a break. That mix altogether is about 9 minutes, and it works. It kind of flows really well, and everything's mixed in together. And that's just my chance to sit down for a second and take a breather. And then right after that, went to Party in the USA. And then here's what's happening. It did, Paul. It went together really, really well. That was kind of like just the coolest moment, the fact that it worked. So Party in the USA. And then here's what's been happening to me recently too. And tell me if I'm wrong. So earlier I was shitting on requests, but when I get to the end of the night, like the last 20, 25 minutes, this is where people really want to get their request in, because they know, the night's about to end. I want to get my thing in, right? And sometimes, and this has happened to me probably the last 5-10 weddings in a row, somebody will come up with a request, and it's like a total banger. Like, I never would have thought of that. Like, that is a great idea. And I end up mixing that in. So I usually put together like my last 10-15 minutes, like how I know I'm going to end the night. And I save a song for some request to come in that I know it's going to work. And for this wedding was Piano Man. And I wasn't planning on doing it. And that's a long ass song. You guys know that's a 5-minute song. But that was a big song with this group. And especially in Minnesota, it's really connected to a lot of the colleges and fraternities around. So Piano Man went off, and then Higher Love was the last song of the night. So let's circle back, because I told you about a good request, right? Piano Man came in. And then as soon as I'm feeling okay about it, like, okay, yeah, that's good. All right. You guys do this. All right, everybody. It's the last song of the night. Thank you so much for partying with us. One more time for Taylor and Kevin. All right, here we go. You punch that last song, right? It's perfectly clear this is the last song. Some girl comes up to me in the middle of it, and she goes, "Hey, I know this is your last song, but could you play it?" And I was like, "No, no. What are you talking about?" And I said, "All right, imagine this." I said this to her. I said, "Imagine that this is your wedding, and this is how the party went. And I'm playing the song that you requested to end the night. And some rando guest comes up and asks me to play one more song, and I play it. How would you feel?" And she just walked away. So maybe that's a way. That's a tip for you guys to handle that. Just like put them in the bride's shoes. Like, whoa. You want to fuck this whole night up because you want to hear Timber by Kesha? Get the fuck out of here. All right. So that is how the night ended. And that was my total. That was my whole playlist. So thanks for jumping in, Nathan. Appreciate that. Yeah. Appreciate you coming in, hanging out with me, you guys. Again, I kind of wanted to keep this not super long. I got a couple more things I want to talk about, and then we'll get to some Q&A. So if you got some Q&A, go ahead and fire those in the chats right now. Anything you want to ask me about. But another thing that happened with the request is, oh, guys, it was perfect. It was kind of like that moment that every DJ hopes for and looks for. And we caught a guest in a lie, right? Because you know what? They come up to you and they go, hey, the bride wants, right? That's the first thing I know. It's like, okay, here we go. The bride is requesting. And here's how I know, because normally I always tell the bride and the groom, you guys come up to me and you can tell me whatever you want. But some rando guest come up and says, the bride wants you to play Higher Love. And I was like, yeah, I know. Higher Love is the last song of the night. And she goes, yeah, so you got to play that next. And I go, I know about Higher Love. That's the song she told me about. She's like, yeah. I'm like, that's the last song of the night that she requested me to do. I'm doing that the last song. She's like, yeah, well, and just walked away. Yeah, that's right. Walk away. I caught you in your lie. Stop doing that to DJs. I don't know how they figure that out. Some sort of secret. They think that they can just come up and be like, the bride wants you to play this song. And I always love it when they pick a song that's on their do not playlist. That's how I know you're full of shit. All right. Last thing. Okay, we did PB&J and the Magic. And yeah, why don't we get right to it? Let's go through some of my questions that you guys have over here. So I'll take a look at some questions and I'll throw up. Make sure you put a Q in front of that or a little super chat. Lets me know you guys have a question for me. Are you still rocking the Rock Booth XL? DJ Ray asked. Yes, yes, I am. And I'm telling you, if you want to know about that, I reviewed that on my channel earlier. It's one of my first videos that I did. It's in my garage. It looks like shit, but whatever. I was just starting YouTube, and you know what I mean. You just got to go for it. And look, I'll say this: anybody wants to start YouTube and you want to just go for it. Your first videos are gonna be terrible, but that's all right. But I love the Rock Booth, and here's why: it's light. It's only about 40 pounds. It sets up in like 30 seconds. I unfold it and put the table on top, and it's done. It's super easy. Like I'm tempted. You know, I see these furniture booths out there and they look cool. All right. I'm not gonna lie. They look cool. Like the bun one looks cool. And that Max one, the Max design with the two. I like that one. That guy made one that looks like he loves pockets, right? I love all the pockets that's in that thing. You know, he put like a mic holder in it, like Ape Lab shit. And so I think that shit is cool. But I'm all about, you know, it's just me. I don't take an assistant with me. I'm a single op and everything goes in my car. And I feel like once I get one of those bigger booths, I'm going to have to be like trailer guy. And I'm not ready to be trailer guy. First of all, I'm not a good enough driver for that. So I don't want to do that. And I like to keep it simple. There are a lot of load-ins I do. I got to get on an elevator and I maybe go upstairs or everything fixed on my rock and roller. So yeah, Ray, I love the Rock Booth XL. It's perfect. One thing I wish it would do, and I might do this over break, is I think I'm going to like cut like a hole in the middle so I could have cables go down the middle of the table. It's got holes on the sides, on the right and the left, but I'd love like a hole in the middle. I could run my cables in there as well. So let's see. Anybody else had a question for me that you want me to? What if it's the client's asking? What do you mean? Let me go back up here. What if it's the client asking about a request or whatever? Like, absolutely. If a request, I tell them this when I do my final Zoom walkthrough. It's now. You guys come up to me and I'm gonna play it now. And the only time I tell them this ahead of time, and the only time I wouldn't play it exactly next is if it is just such a jarring song. You know, what I like to do is take their request and flow it. You know, I want it to feel good with everything else that's going, as opposed to stopping, if I was in a hip hop set or a trap set and then dropping AC/DC, that's just like, it's a little jarring to the crowd. You got to kind of warm up to it. So if a client comes up and says, "Hey, will you play this?" and I see where I'm at, and be like, "You got it. That's going on. I'm going to give me like 2 songs to get it to feel right." And they're always like, "Yeah, absolutely." Because the thing is, when the party is going well and they're looking out and they see their guests, then they trust you. And they're just like, "Aaron, just keep doing what you're doing. We don't want to fuck it up." And that's what I love but if the party is not great and people aren't dancing very well, fuck it. And that song's going on next. You know what I mean? I don't care. If it's just a so-so kind of dance and the bride comes up like, "You gonna play some Ed Sheeran?" I'm like, "Yes, next." And I'll fire into that shit right away. That's no problem there. Okay, you got a Cedars table like yours. Yeah, Jim said, yeah, it's a very similar. I think even Pro X makes one that's kind of like that, where it's got the mesh. We're talking about the table, the mesh kind of facade. And the scrim, it comes in black and it comes in white, and you can mix it up if you want. Mine is Velcro, kind of black and white, and I can take those out, change them out if I want, but I keep the black ones on there. I like the black look, and so I'm just going to kind of keep it that way. All right, Jim asked, "Do you send a lead brochure via email even though you have your packages on my site?" Yeah, so my packages are on my website. I kind of put my pricing up there, and that's basically to kind of kick away the low ballers and just avoid like a waste of everybody's time. You know what I mean? And that's like, I'm up to the point where now I'm getting several leads a day that are coming in. And so I'd rather have all that out there. And if I'm out of their range, then they can just move on, find the cheap DJ, or if I'm in their range, then it's a quality lead for me. So no, what I do first off is, and I'm going to actually make a video on this because I recorded a Zoom call. I recorded my consultation. And what I'm going to do is do a full video, maybe a live stream, and show you guys it and walk you through how I walk through a couple and book. I'm booking everything, guys. I know I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but I usually book my leads, and I think it's because of the presentation I do, and I'm selling my personality. I'm not very businessy on the Zoom call, so I don't really send out brochures or anything. I don't really like to hassle people. I like to keep it very casual, Texting's even better. You know, if they give me their phone number after my first email, if I don't hear back from them, I send a text. They usually text back. We set up a Zoom call, and it's basically booked after we get to that point. All right. Let's see. DJ Mike said, love your videos. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that, man. Where do you find most of your leads coming from? Okay. Yeah, we could talk about that for a little bit. I don't mind talking about that. So like I said, I'm a single op, and I started my company 3 years ago, 2018. And the first thing that I did was, before I even put myself out there, before I did any of that, was I built my website. I put my socials together, Instagram, Facebook, started posting stuff on there. And then I went live with all of it. And so my first wedding was actually a friend's wedding that hired me. So right now, when you're asking me like where are all my leads coming in, I'm telling you, 95% are referrals. It's everybody that I work with, from the venue, photographers, wedding coordinators. I'm just kind of, if I work with them, I just make it a point to build a really good relationship with them. And I've ended up becoming on the top of a lot of the lists in the area. So when I see my leads come in, like, how'd you guys hear about me? Almost everybody's telling me, this person told me, this person, so 95%, I'd say our leads are from referrals. And some of it's from my Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram. If you guys follow me, I don't have an overlay for that, but I'm at DJAAMN. If you want to follow me on Instagram, and I'm very active on there. I put my mixes up on there as well. And, when I'm doing a wedding, I'll put, clips of the dance or whatever. So people see that's like, okay, this guy's busy. He's doing shit. And it looks really fun. And what's kind of cool about that is that when I interact with my clients where I get there, they're like excited to have me there. They're like, oh my gosh, sometimes they apologize to me. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, it's fine. No, I'm here to like make your event awesome. So advertising, not really. I mean, I don't really run any Facebook ads. I'm pretty up to date on Google, and I've been super intentional on getting Google reviews this year. In fact, I got 16 5-star reviews this year on Google. And after every wedding, I usually wait a week and a half or whatever, and I just hit everybody up. Hey, what's up? I hope you guys had fun. I send them I usually take a picture of them in their first dance, and I take a picture with them as well, like the two of us, the three of us together. And then I asked them if they would give me a review. And so I got 16 of those. So I'm like really intentional about building those up. And that's the other thing. Couples, they want to see reviews. Let's see here. What did Limnan say? Set me up a Calendly appointment with you. Yeah, I do use Calendly. That's for real. That's kind of what I'm doing with my couples. Thanks, Mike, for 3 years in business. Yeah. And then this year, if you guys saw my video, I'm at 40 weddings for next year. So I'm pretty pumped, and doing this is just as much fun. Guys, I'm having a lot of fun on YouTube, and I'm having a lot of fun meeting you guys. And that's why I wanted to go live, and I'm going longer than I wanted to. So I'm actually going to wrap things up here, but this was a lot of fun. This is something that I've been wanting to do, and hang out with you and kind of, check out and just kind of get some feedback from you guys. Okay. So Paul, I'll do one more last question and we'll wrap things up. Can you share with us the trap bangers you were playing? Trap. Yeah. So for trap music, and I'll play that if I get some of that on the request, on the must plays. If I see any Drake or anything like that, then I'm like, okay, so Cardi B Up is something I'm playing. I'm playing Astronauts in the what's it called? I kind of want to pull up my list here so I can give you like my exact one. I actually put a trap playlist together there that I can kind of give you guys an idea of what I'm doing here, and just give you an idea. Okay, here's my trap set. Astronaut in the Ocean, God's Plan, Sicko Mode, I Like It, Cardi B, No Hands, Up, Best Friend, Mood, that 24 Golden song, which is kind of hit or miss, Trap Queen, Rockstar, and that's kind of like, those are like my go-to trap songs I'm doing right now. All right, we'll do another question here from Craig. Craig, thanks, buddy. How many clients are you meeting face-to-face, especially for weddings? UK DJ saying clients over here seem to prefer email messaging and text. What I usually do is I'll once I get the email and we kind of like agree that, hey, let's talk. Pricing works out. It's in the budget. They want to talk more. Then I set up through Calendly. I set up a Zoom meeting. That's kind of the nice thing I got out of the pandemic. Everything else is shit. But the one thing I do like is I'm going to be forever doing my consultations on Zoom. Fuck moving, like driving all around the city. I mean, I like meeting people in person, but that is just so convenient. And plus, I can share my screen and make my shit look good. I mean, this is kind of what my clients see when I'm doing my Zoom call and I'm using like, my 4K camera and my microphone, and they're instantly impressed because they're on their phone or whatever. And their thing doesn't look that great. So that's the truth, is that a lot of times the first time I meet, the first time we like meet in person is at their wedding. And that's kind of a joke I've been having with my couples. I'm like, all right, I'm looking forward to seeing your legs at the wedding. And actually one of my brides, she messaged me that. She goes, it was great. Thank you. Did such a great job. And love seeing your legs or whatever. Okay. Let's see. Oh, my buddy, DJ PC. When are you going to stop buying shit? Never. I'm not done. I mean, the thing that sucks now is that you can't get it, right? I mean, how many of you guys got stuff on back order that you're just waiting for your stuff to arrive? However, I am selling stuff. I have a list of things I'm selling. Believe it or not, I think I'm going to sell my J-Mix 8s. And it has nothing to do with the fact that they're not great. It has everything to do with the fact that I love the Bose 32 and the Sub 2. That's the only reason, is that when I turn those things on, they just sound fucking amazing. And they should. It was $6,000. So when am I going to stop? Never. And my wife would definitely like me to stop buying stuff, but it's too much fun and everything comes out. That's the thing I love about a DJ, though. I think we're all on the same page, right? I mean, like, what we love the most about being a DJ is the gear. And, I love, that's the reason why I went with the Denon stuff, with the Prime 2 and the Go, is I like the fact that it's kind of like an iPhone almost, where you got the hardware and the software updates, and it makes the hardware even better. And it is so fun to DJ on these things. All right. Rogue DJ Entertainment. Have you had clients that just want to text only and do no Zoom call? No, I really haven't. And for me, it's like, this is a two-way thing. I look at it like, at this point too, and you guys that have been in this long enough, I'm going to pick and choose. If I feel like you're not a good fit for me, or you seem like a headache, or you're like, yeah, and we're going to have like a 85 song playlist that we just want you to play. I'm like, you're not my client. I don't want to do that kind of wedding, or I'm for real, after watching Nick's segment too, like the venues that have those decibel readers or meters, like, and he made such a good point that it just makes it that much harder for us to do our job. It's like telling the caterers that they can't use any electric outlets. Like, you got to cook it over the fire. What the hell, man? Let me do my job. And so, no, with the text, I'm pretty, even if they're like, we're ready to book you, like, hey, Aaron, we're ready to book you. I'm like, that's great. Let's meet, because I want to vibe out. I just want to make sure that we vibe okay. What am I selling? Yeah, I'm going to sell the J8s. I think I'm going to sell my Gig Bar Move. Just because I don't really use it that much. I don't have a problem with it. I know some DJs hate that shit and whatever. Is it a wedding lighting fixture? Sure. I mean, whatever. I don't put that shit on during first dances, but you guys should have any lights on during first dances, right? And just keep that off. But there's some stuff sitting in my garage that I'm just not using. So I think I'm going to sell the Gig Bar Move, the J8s. I'm going to keep the EV30Ms for small gigs that I have, when I'm like under 100. But here's the deal. I would just take one Pro 32 and the Sub 2, and I'd be good to go. So I don't know. I got somebody interested in my J-Mix. Yeah, you know what? I kept my boxes from the Bose so that I could ship them. So if I end up, let's see, I don't know how to do that so that you would find out. Just follow me on Instagram, and then I'll put my Instagram here right for you guys, so you guys can follow me if you want. And then then you can message me or whatever if I start putting that shit out there. So DJ Jesse, what's up? Thanks for jumping on. Hold on to the art. Okay, so what's going on here? Hold on to the RFCS for oh no. All right, we're gonna have a little bidding war maybe going on with with my shit here. All right. If nobody's got anything else, I think I'll wrap up. This was fun. Thanks everybody for jumping on. Hope you had a good time. We're about 45 minutes into this thing. A little longer than I wanted to, but that's cool. I'm cool hanging out. It's a Wednesday night. Why not? What else are we doing? You got a drink? Anybody drinking? I got my Jerry glass. I'm a big Seinfeld fan, so I got some vodka and Arnold Palmer. Okay, let's wrap up the show. Let's wrap it up. Thanks everybody for coming on. Let's do it again. Hey, let me know in the comments of this or later if you want me to do this again. I liked it. I have fun. I'm going to do this again. I'm just going to tell you. I'm just going to do it again. All right. Hey, listen, if you're watching this in a replay, thanks for watching. And if you like this and you like me, then you know what to do and just do that shit.